Keyshawn Davis fights Dennis Berinchik this Friday, right? Everybody feels like it's a foregone conclusion that he's going to win, but this is boxing. You never know.
Right.
Keyshawn is viewed as probably the next guy, and then after him is like Abdullah Mason. Everybody wants to see Keyshawn against like Andy Cruz, Gervonta Davis, Shakur Stevenson, Lomachenko, right? Is Keyshawn a danger to the upper echelon lightweights?
I mean, as I said, like he got a high boxing IQ. I always respect the guy who, really understands the game. And when you watch him in the ring, he's poised. He, everything's slow to him, right? I feel him. Is he a danger? Of course he is. Is he ready for the upper echelon just yet? That's what we have to find out. I go back to the fight against him and Wu, right? Wu, that was a good fight. I think Wu didn't have a pop to really get him out of here, but you saw that he was able to land some shots clean. And when I watch guys who don't necessarily have pop, but who can land cleanly against some of these so-called upper echelon guys, it makes me ask the question, like, could you take that shot from a Lomachenko? Could you take that shot from a Gervonta or anyone? And that, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think if you're watching this game, I think that Keyshawn is probably like a year or two out from that stratosphere. And I think it's for that reason. It's like just certain parts of his game where I think he gets a little lax when he's fighting guys that aren't at his level, personally speaking. So, and a lot of guys do that, though. You see guys like fight down to the level of their competition sometimes. I think Keyshawn still does that because he's so good. But once you reach a level of professionalism, you show up the same way or at a certain level no matter who you're fighting. I think he got to get to that in his mind, and then yeah, he's dangerous to anybody he fights. But he gotta treat them with the level of respect that they power gonna call for at that top level. And he's used to fighting guys that really can't do shit with him. They can't really beat him. You know what I mean? And when he fought Wu, I don't look at Wu as being a guy. I like him, but I don't look at him as being a guy that's at the top of the game. But there was like a overhand right, I believe, in the 8th round or something like that, spun Keyshawn Davis' head backwards. And I'm like, if that came from a guy that had real pop, you ain't walking through that. You wouldn't have walked through that. And he barely walked through it from a guy who don't punch like that. You know what I'm saying? So if he fights a puncher, and not saying that, anybody can't get hit. Yeah, you got hit. That's great. But if he fight a true puncher, I don't know if you're walking through shit like that. You know what I mean?
When will he be ready for Tank?
I mean, he got to fight somebody that's at the top that's really
Berinchik's a world champion. That southpaw, does that get you ready for that look?
Yeah, you got to. I had credited Haney for fighting, what was it? He fought Prograis, and he fought Lomachenko. I think you have to do that. You got to prepare for a Gervonta by fighting southpaws. But the problem with fighting Gervonta and even fighting a Lomachenko, or even Rigondeaux for that matter, when you fighting your average southpaw, most of them have that advantage. They lean on that advantage. They're not truly like the purest boxers because they don't have to be, right? Because you can't really jab them. They take away your angles, and if they got any type of real talent, it's hard to get around that. Like you see guys rise to the top of the game just from that southpaw advantage.